All right, we're going live. For those of you who don't know, YouTube has decided to fuck all the content creators with small channels like mine. So if you don't have like a
Deja vu.
thousand, a thousand videos and shit, right? They're taking away your ability to earn money. Now I've earned actually a pretty good amount considering the. So I've covered some pretty adult topics, adult content, some really controversial stuff, especially the video I did on circumcision, which is over 3.5 hours long with like 30 scientific peer-reviewed studies in the down below, right? But I'm being demonetized because I have about like under 160 subscribers. I have no idea what's going to happen with the money I've earned so far, right? I like to think I've earned it. It's not a whole lot. It's more than a fourth of what you're supposed to earn before they send you out a check. So whatever. So fuck it. We're throwing caution to the wind since I can't make any money off these videos anyway, and I don't know if I'm ever going to receive any money from them at all. Fuck them. We're just gonna go with we're taking off the fucking gloves. If YouTube's gonna take off the gloves, I'm going to take off the gloves. So welcome to Dungeons & Dragons, Cunts of Aventia! And what do the Cunts of Aventia really need? Let's go to the screen share. Some serious deep digging! I don't know who put it's a dick, but yes, you are right. And if you look over here, here is that one really long hair that shouldn't really be that long, but it's that long anyway. Sometimes it grows into the nose. Sometimes it grows into the eyeballs. And sometimes right off your left nut. Or right nut. Either way. Your other right nut. So, last we left off, we had you guys walking back to town. Some of you were. Hold on. I'm told this is missing something. No. I thought only I could do stuff. Anyway, hold on. How do I do this? No. Let's get that. You don't need no droopy dick.
What? Oh my god. Hey, did we get our experience from last time?
No, you did not.
Okay, how much experience did we get?
Don't worry about
it. Okay.
You need some radioactive glue. Quit adding to it, or you lose experience points.
What's that?
Not you, it's Wolf. Wolf's adding shit to the map.
Oh, man.
There you go. There's your radioactive splooge. There you go. All of you need some serious deep digging with radioactive splooge. All righty then. All right, now how do I undo this
Deep
shit?
dick pizza.
All right, anyway, I don't. All right, so last we were here, we had several members of the party diseased and traveling. After the first day, you didn't really come up across anything except for some deer and stuff, and they just bolted when they saw you. You were in no condition to chase down even if you wanted to. By the second day, you guys are going at 10 feet per round because party members are needing to aid other party members in order to walk and keep traveling. And because of this, you guys are going to have to take an extra day to get to Cherry Lane. Um, yes, catching diseases like a couple of thoughts. Yes, Minx, now you need some sexual healing. Okay, so on your travels, you come upon a Dryad.
Do we
The
know this
Dryad
Dryad?
sees you. Huh?
Do we know this Dryad?
Do do I? Yeah, I created the Dryad.
What? What? I
I
said, do
created everything
we?
in the world.
No, I said, do we know this Dryad?
No, you do not.
Oh, okay.
I don't think you guys have ever met any Dryad ever.
Wait, who's that? That naked girl? Was that a nymph? The naked girl in the
No,
park?
that's a nymph. You met a nymph.
Oh, gotcha. All right, continue.
Okay, you see the Dryad, and the Dryad sees you. You both turn to look at all of you turn to look at each other at the exact same moment, not aware the other was there until you saw each other.
Hello. That's what my character says to her.
Okay. Wolf says, "Burn it off." You want to burn off the Dryad? I can't say that. I'm looking at Dryad stuff. Wolf, your character is an elf, correct? Okay. In Sylvan, she says hello.
Wait, Wolf says hello, or the nymph says hello?
The Dryad says hello.
Oh, yeah. All right. Let's see. So, what brings you out here?
What language are you saying that in, Arctic? Okay, we'll say Sylvan then. She responds to you in Sylvan. I do not know what chocolate is. I probably do not.
Is she not responding to me?
No, she is not responding to you.
Oh.
She looks at you with, well, sorry. Arctic Wolf says, I'm sorry, I'm a bit under the weather at the moment. She looks at you in kind of a odd, head turned to the side kind of way and peers in. She goes, have you been bitten? By what? Arctic Wolf says, with rabid wolves. That is your animal companion, is it not? Your wolf is your animal companion, is it not? The Dryad asks you if that wolf is your animal companion. You start to see the Dryad behave in a way you kind of recognize. Give me a diplomacy check for your wolf. Your wolf is very favorable to the Dryad. Give me a wisdom check. That's a 1d20 plus your wisdom modifier. Never mind, you make it. You realize that she used a form of wild empathy on your wolf. Yeah. You're waiting for Adobe. I get it. Everyone has technical difficulties. Oh, which reminds me, Minx, you've known for a while I'm on a laptop, particularly a kind of crappy laptop. You send me all these things to make the game better, and it would be lovely. This computer can barely handle what I'm doing now.
Holy shit.
I can't hold more than 2 programs up without one of them crashing like a motherfucker. I can barely run Fallout Shelter on this without everything else freezing up. So, yeah, it's all the stuff you gave me. It's overloading my brain and it's overloading my laptop. So, yeah. Okay. Anyways, moving right along. She looks at your other companions and you hear in a language only you recognize. She says, some of you are diseased. I do not believe your disease will hurt my trees. No, but you are very sickened, and you're very difficult to. You find it very difficult to keep up. As a matter of fact, it's your wolf that's mostly keeping you upright, helping you walk. No, Minx would not know what she just said to you. She just looks like, huh? She went from understanding to, I have no idea what's being said. In a language only you understand, she says, no, but I am willing to help you. Sorry, for those who are watching or listening in, uh, Wolf just asked, by any chance, do you know how to cure what we afflicted? The Dryad responds, no, but I am willing to help. Well, before I can answer that, I have to know, where are you going? Where is your destination? Where are you looking to get healed before you stumbled upon me? Give me an intelligence roll. DC 15. Yeah, that's not going to help you. You can't, because you're sick in state, you can't possibly begin to remember the name of the city you were going towards. Yeah, you can't critically fail on a 1, Wolf. Not on a skill check. Arctic Wolf asked his friends for the name of where they're going.
Out of character, do I remember? Wait, where were we going? It's actually been a while since we played.
Yeah, it has been. All right, Arctic Wolf, I want you to give me another intelligence check.
You can go walk there.
This is hold on. Okay, you have a +2 to that roll. Hey, you just barely made it. All right. So, in your sickened state, you remember to ask in a language other than Druidic. Going back to Elven, specifically Sylvan, I'm assuming your character knows that language. That's electric, whatever that was. Ooh, it was that Minx. You naughty girl. I bet it did. I bet it did, though. So Minx asked your characters if you guys remember the town that you guys were headed toward. The name of the town you guys were headed towards. Wolf seems to be having a conversation neither of you can even begin to understand with the Dryad. But as far as you can tell, seems to be going well. Either of you respond?
Arctic's getting lucky.
Say again, Minx.
Arctic's getting lucky.
Okay, that doesn't really answer Arctic's question.
It was cherry blossoms, I think, wasn't it?
Okay, both of you give me intelligence rolls.
I think IQ might be my dump stat.
This is a 120, a 1d20, and your intelligence modifier.
Ah!
Nathan gets it.
What did I get?
Nathan and Minx both at the same time say Cherry Lane.
Ah, Cherry Lane. Ah, Cherry
Awesome.
Lane.
For those who don't know, Cherry Blossom's the hotel I was at in the Philippines.
What?
Cherry Blossom is the name of the hotel. We didn't need any of those that I stayed at when I went to the Philippines. It was actually pretty inexpensive. Yeah. So, Arctic Wolf responds to the Dryad in Druidic, Cherry Lane. In spite of the fact Arctic Wolf spelled Cherry Lane wrong. Really? A? You don't spell cherry with an A? And of all the words to spell wrong, that one's so far been the funniest. Okay, so she tells you she knows about where that's at. And she tells you she can't get you to the city, but she can get you pretty close. Save you at least a day and a half of traveling. Arctic Wolf says, I'm sorry, I'm thinking of where the buzzing came from. No. You're worried about where the buzzing is going. Yeah, sure it was an alarm. Sure. Anyways, she then looks around for an appropriate tree that's big enough. And she says in Elven, follow me. Minx, was it as good for you as it was for Nathan?
What? What are you talking about?
What?
There was an interesting sigh as you sat down, so I was just wondering.
No, my hallway door keeps opening.
I'm sorry, what is opening?
My hallway door.
Oh, wow. Talk about metaphors and euphemisms.
Let me use the restroom. I'll be back.
All right. She got him all excited, Minx. Or was it his buzzing? It could have been either one. Who knows? On Cons of Aventia, we like to have fun. Okay, so apparently Minx, while we're in intermission here, Minx does not get a lot of the cultural references I make. So, here's what we're going to do. People who know the reference I'm making after the video is done being made can go into the comments section and tell us where they think the cultural reference was, right? So if I make a joke about the number 42, for example, and someone puts in the comment section below, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, we will let the person who gets that make a decision for the Cons of Aventia in game.
Oh, shit.
See, when he goes to the bathroom, it's not nearly as interesting as when I go to the bathroom. When I go to the bathroom, everyone watching the video can hear it.
Yes, we can.
Although, to be perfectly honest, though, I swear, every time I go to pee, I swear I'm going to start slicing through the porcelain. Right? Like at any second, I have that much body pressure. And girls don't seem to know this, right? But when you have a hard on and you wake up in the morning and you have to pee, like especially when you're really young, you practically have to do a goddamn handstand or it's like decoloring the ceiling. Right? And my biological mother, she goes, "Well, why don't you just sit down to pee?" I'm like, "Oh, yeah, so my dick can be scrubbing against the inside of the toilet bowl. Wonderful." And that's probably the preferable of the worst two scenarios there. The other one is I'm pissing right through the seat and the bowl. So, yeah, I'm sitting down. Now I'm pissing in front of me, which does absolutely fucking nothing because I mean, if you're going to piss all over the bathroom, you might as well at least, not bother sitting down. That's old men. Arctic says, I've heard some men don't like sitting because the balls dip into the water. Teabagging. Yeah, that's old men because that's when your balls are hanging down to your knees, right? Because they're in Florida and shit. What about getting the dick caught in the seat itself? Well, no, because it's like, I mean, well, yeah, I guess you could depending on how you sit down, but like, yeah, you'd just be pissing between the two. It's not great. Yeah, or you'd pretty much pinch it between the seat and the bowl, depending on how you're situated. I don't know. I've never been dumb enough to sit down while I have an erection. Although, if you use the toilet like Butters does, then I don't know how much of a problem it'd really be. I mean, it still would be a problem, I guess, because you're really going to be like, I don't know, your dick could be going around the side, so maybe it'd spiral around the bowl. I don't know. I've never sit backwards on the toilet before either.
Helicopter.
Well, no, because it's hard, right? So it's leaning to the left or the right. But it's still your dick's touching the inside of the bowl at that point. Hand jobs and blowjobs and eating clitoris. Watching your grandmother douche with laborious. Brown pubic hairs and toilet bowl rings. These are a few of my favorite things. When the dog bites,
I'm back.
the bee stings, and I'm feeling sad. I tell the people I don't like to eat it, then I don't feel so bad. Okay, so before the bathroom fiasco, Arctic Wolf relays the conversation he had with the Dryad to both of you in detail. The Dryad says, "Follow me," and started walking off to a really large tree.
I follow her to the tree.
So do I.
Okay. And so Arctic Wolf doesn't have to type this. I assume Arctic Wolf is as well. So she goes to the tree. You all follow her in. She starts casting a spell. What do you do?
Stared a little bit cautiously. Just on guard.
I don't do anything.
Okay. She finishes casting the spell. She grabs onto Arctic Wolf's hand. Arctic Wolf, or JW, bites onto Arctic Wolf's hand. No damage. Are you two noticing a pattern?
Us? No.
I grab on.
Oh yeah, I grab on as well.
Wait. Say again.
I grab onto Wolf's hand if I can. Does he have a free hand?
Wolf is in the tree.
Wolf is in the tree?
No. Wolf well, starting to, yeah.
Oh well. I grab his hand, his wrist.
You can't.
What?
His hand is in the mouth of a wolf.
Well, I don't grab his hand. I grab like higher up on I think her wrist.
Can't. Wolf's in the way.
What?
JW is in the way. JW is in the way.
I can't stand beside the wolf and grab the wrist.
Why don't you just grab JW?
Fine, I'll grab JW.
There you go. Nathan grabs onto JW's tail.
I grab onto.
All right.
And I grab onto Nathan.
Okay, as all of you go through the tree, you all start exiting the tree almost instantaneously.
Cool.
You definitely aren't near the same tree you entered, because now, off into the distance, you can see Cherry Row.
Oh. Off into see Cherry Row. All right. I guess we head to the nearest cleric. Wait, we don't have any. Does anyone have any money?
That would be Dinkin. Dinkin grabbed onto Minx just before you guys went through. You guys keep forgetting Dinkin's there.
Yeah, but if Deacon can cure our rabies, and
no, Dinkin cannot cast that level. It is too high for him.
well, that's what I'm getting at. I go find a cleric who can cast that level. Does anybody have any money?
Yeah,
because I'm fresh out.
You don't need money. You have the cleric of the temple there.
Oh, okay. Never mind then.
They already told you that the church's services are at your disposal.
Oh, okay, then
Dinkin reminds you of this because you're currently on a quest for the church itself.
Oh, okay, yeah. In that case,
so if you guys die, the quest fails and they're doomed. So yeah. So he says, "I'll take you to my master." And so you guys start walking, and it takes you a while to get in there. And hold on, I have to go get all the books and 3-ring binders and stuff.
Oh yeah, we should pretty much say thank you to Dryad, shouldn't we?
Thank you, Dryad. Wait, she can't even understand what I'm saying. What's your face? Wolf. Tell the Dryad I said thanks.
I'm back, but I can't hear any of you because I haven't put on my headphones. Dude, she's already gone.
Oh.
Oh.
The Dryad. She leaves you where you are. But just as she leaves, she says,
"Fine."
In Druidic to Arctic Wolf, she says, "The only reason I had helped you is because you are a fellow druid, and your other party member was also of the forest. And then she slips out of view. You can't even tell if she went between the trees or into a tree. At this point, it's a complete unknown. Oh. That's unfortunate. I do not seem to have Cherry Rose information. Okay, anyway, you guys go up to the temple, and his master is there, and he casts the cure lights necessary to have you guys all non-diseased.
Awesome.
He casts a couple more spells, and you guys are no longer injured. You're back to full health.
Cool.
Awesome.
So, who do we speak to? Because we got everyone to agree to negotiate.
Okay. Well, at the moment, I would say you should probably go see the mayor.
Okay, let's head to the mayor. Mayor.
Okay, Minx, you're the one with the sheet there, the notes. You are the note taker.
Okay, let's see what I do have on notes. Okay. Shit, here we go. So we actually are talking to the mayor, aren't we?
Yeah.
Okay. Who's the mayor?
Alright.
Say again?
That I do not know.
You should have it in your notes.
That I do not know.
You're a note taker. Shouldn't you be taking notes?
Not all the notes have been in some of these sessions.
Deacon, who's the mayor?
The Narish.
All right, let's head to Denarish.
No. Alright, put that down.
So you guys go out to Venarish. You can find him relatively quickly. This is a small place. He doesn't normally leave. Nobody does. So you see him there, and as soon as you start talking to him, you see Ramesh drop his rake and start running over. If you remember, Ramesh is a city worker.
Mm-hmm.
And he runs up to you and says, "What news do you have?"
We got all the relevant people in the land to get together and negotiate.
Right. What news?
Yeah, that's the news. If they're willing to negotiate. If you're not excited by that, I don't know what will excite you. I mean, there are people who pretty much hate each other, and we convince them to talk it out.
So you got people to sit down and talk about it at least.
Yes.
You know, so that's something.
Yeah, it
Talking
is.
would be the first step.
Yeah, we need to figure out a way to organize a time for everyone to get together at one place and talk. Unless they just rather send notes. Whichever.
Meetings. All right. We shall be there. You can see Vinarish being a little annoyed because he's the mayor, but Ramesh is doing all the talking for him.
Okay. Why isn't Inaris talking?
Because Ramesh keeps butting in and talking for him.
Okay.
Okay, I'll give you a little example of the relationship between the mayor and the city worker. You know Lovejoy from The Simpsons?
Reverend Lovejoy?
Yeah. You know
Reverend
Ned
Lovejoy?
Flanders?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah?
There you go.
Oh, okay. I got you. I got you.
So Ramesh is constantly butting his nose in the entire town's business, right?
Mm.
He's just overly eager for everything to work out.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know, Arctic Wolf. I don't know. That page is saved somewhere on my hard drive, and I can't get to my hard drive because my computer is at the moment out of commission. Otherwise, I'd have pulled up the page. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, that's. Well, you've told Cherry Row, right, that there's supposed to be a meet and greet, right? So everyone to sit down.
Mm.
So now the next thing is to actually organize the goddamn thing. But in order to organize the whole thing, what do you have to peel on? You're both women. You should have gone in pairs. So now you guys, the Dock City still doesn't know.
Dock City.
You guys haven't told them yet. And it's been a little over a week since you were last there.
Dock City. How long does it take us to go to Dock City?
There would be where you need to go to let them know, but then you'd have to figure out where everyone's going to meet and everything else.
Do we have to figure out that, or won't they talk about where to meet everyone?
Wait, what?
I'm not sure, like, how much where we need to do, because I imagine just us getting to, like, talk to everyone and getting them to be willing to negotiate. I imagine that someone else is gonna handle the whole, like, logistics of getting everybody together. Or do we have to handle that? I mean, I guess we can if we want us to, but
well, I'll put it this way.
I'll
put it this way: it's your quest.
All right. It's on quest. Oh, hey, Kent?
Just a question.
Yo. I'm listening.
Oh, all right. Wasn't the summit meant to be held back in one of the town halls, or was it for St. Girls we had to do?
Wait, what?
Was it like the summit had to be held in like Dock City, or was it Aventia? Because back a few sessions ago we talked something along those lines.
Nope. No, you're thinking of getting. You're thinking of you had to go to Aventia in order to get the kingship for Grumblekin.
Yeah.
And you already did that. That was last mission. You succeeded in getting him his
Yeah.
kingdomship.
What to do?
So the mayor says, so do you have any idea where everyone should gather to talk?
Well, what's the biggest city?
Don't know. Definitely not us. Dock City's bigger than us now, which is kind of funny because they started off as just being a port. I have no idea what the Hobgoblin City looks like. I have no idea what the Goblin City looks like.
Wait, which place would be the easiest to get to?
Huh?
Which city would be the easiest to get to for everyone to get to?
It would be someplace in the middle, I'd suppose. But you have the Goblin City way on the other side, right? So if you have it there, it'll be hard for us to get there. If we have it over here, it'll be longer for them to get over here.
Well, there's one of them and a bunch of you guys, so I imagine that he'll make his way all the way over here. So I don't think we should have it over at his place.
And shouldn't we try to hold it somewhere neutral where nobody has any power?
Ramesh goes, now that's a right good idea. Again, before the mayor has a chance to speak.
Well, hey, doesn't Doxy have like a bunch of kobolds running around as well? I mean, it seems like of all the places you're going to be open to a bunch of different people, it would be Dock City.
Well, half the people here are kobolds.
Oh, yeah.
We have more kobolds here than they do in Dock City. Up here, we have the dragon that they worship. Well,
oh, dude, let's have it here. Let's have the meeting here.
Oh,
this
here.
City
cannot. This
Maybe
city
he
cannot
wanted
hold a whole summit. That's not big enough. Where would everybody be sitting? Where would everybody be sitting? It's not big enough. I'd have to get so many shatters. I'd have to cut down so many trees. Oh, the time it would. Oh, gosh. You see this guy going frantic now, trying to think of where he'd put everyone, where he'd put all the, like, he is basically the city planner, right? Like,
okay.
You just, like, he's starting to have a heart attack in front of you. You hear all sorts of weird sounds from him and, like, half-cracked ideas, and then figuring out those ideas aren't going to work and come up with half-baked new ones. And he's starting to have a heart attack. He's silent for about 2 seconds and goes, no, having the summit here would simply not work. Maybe stealth at him just slightly would work. We can maybe figure something out there, but between the statues and the way the buildings are set up and the trees we've got, oh, it just would, we'd be trampled in here.
Hmm.
He's about a
Okay.
heartbeat and a half from having a heart attack.
Okay, so we'll just have it at Dock City then.
Okay, so Arctic Wolf says, "Oh, let's have it at Puff's place."
That's a good one, Wolf.
This time before Ramesh can chime in, Dinkin goes, "That's a right good idea.
It
He can
is?
see that we're sitting down and we're talking, and that we're actually working it out. However, there's a risk involved. If it doesn't sound like it's going well, Puff may get angry and scorch us all to death if we're lucky. If we're unlucky, he's likely to swallow us whole."
Hmm. Well, if that's the case, then he'll be mad at you guys and forget about us. Let's have a Puff's place.
Yeah, I agree with that.
JW will stay outside there. Okay, now we need to get everyone to Puffs, says Arctic Wolf. Give me a wisdom check, Arctic Wolf. Arctic Wolf, you remember that you have yet to inform Dock City of the updated news?
What updated news?
Well, you guys were going to talk to the hobgoblins, the goblins, and get everyone else to agree to a peace talks first.
Yeah, and we did
Right.
that.
You've done it, but you haven't told them you've done it. So they don't know you've done
Okay.
anything.
All right, well, do we have to? How long will it take for us to send a message to them?
Who are you asking? Out of character, in character?
In character to whoever will answer.
Okay. Ramesh says, well, it depends on how you send the message. If you're sending it by ship, about half a day.
Huh. And how much will that cost?
A couple of copper, I think. Although,
A
if you're
copper?
gonna, yeah, a couple of copper.
All right.
I think they'll probably take you for about 4 or 5 copper. Why? What kind of message you trying to send?
Just tell them the good news that tell Doc City the good news that we got everyone to agree to negotiate.
Oh, just out of curiosity, who is everyone?
The hobgoblins, the goblin, Grumblekin, those elves to the south of us, I believe. I think they're like
Elves?
really what?
Elves?
Yeah, there's these. How many were there? Like 3 or so. Like really old elves. At least we talked to 3 old elves. I think there are other elves as well. But anyway, yeah, elves agreed to help out as well. Yes,
You have about I think 2 more weeks at best. Oh, no, that's not how until the undead come. That's how long Puff gave you to complete the quest. So you have like 2 weeks at max. No, because you started with a month, right? It took you several days. Yeah, I mean, you got like slightly under 2 weeks to be more accurate, but yeah. Yeah, traveling by foot takes a lot of time. So we need to send a letter to each of the leaders. You say that out loud, Arctic? Okay, so when you say this, Ramesh says, letters from here. To Dock City. Have you not told them already of your success?
Not yet. We're getting there. We're getting to that point.
Oh, then you're going to want to show up in person. They're not going to trust a letter sent like that. No.
All right, fine.
It's a council. They have to sit there and bicker about the frickin' details.
Those people.
Oh, this is what I don't like about places like Dock City. The red tape around goes forever. And they may have their own ideas about where the summit's going to be held. They may reject that. They may accept that. I have no knowledge, but they like to think they're big and important and come up with their own answers for the things. Out of character, there's more than one reason you guys need to go back down to Dock City.
All right, fine. I guess we'll go to Dock City.
Wait! My armor! Do you still have 5 gold for it?
Oh, God.
There you go. All right, you get your armor.
Can't believe you guys still have money after all this time.
Arctic Wolf, you already paid 5. It was half now, half later. All right. All right, your wolf gets its armor. Yeah, you run over, you grab it, you strap it on to Arctic or to JW, and JW is just looking proud as ever.
What kind of wolf is JW?
Huh?
What kind of wolf is JW?
Timber wolf.
Oh, okay.
Also known as a gray wolf.
Cool.
Awesome. Dock City.
All right. He says, well, you should stay the night because our ship won't be here till morning anyway.
As always.
It's scheduled to arrive not long after dawn. The day breaks, but the bow does not. Deacon says if they will not transport us for free, the church shall cover the cost.
Well, that's good to know.
In fact, the lodgings for the night will also be covered. If you're more comfortable at the inn, that is acceptable to my master. However, you are welcome to stay at the church.
I'll stay in the church.
Stay at the church.
It's the biggest building in there. It's nice, a marble stone to get in there, right? And it's all decorative as hell. I mean, it's mostly artistic stuff. It's not like really, really fancy. There's not like gold everywhere. Most of that's, would have been donated to Puff. But it is a nice church inside. So you guys spend the night at the church, and then in the morning, you guys wake up and see that the ship is already there.
Okay, I board the ship.
All right. I'm assuming everybody else does as well.
Yep.
They set sail. And it is Tick who's doing the captaining of this particular ship. So you guys sail on down. It only takes you about half a day to get there. Tick says he'll try to convene the council as quickly as possible because he already knows why you're going down there. I presume you guys told him the story as you were sailing down of your adventure.
Yeah.
How much detail do you give him?
Fuck it. I'm gonna give them all the details.
All right. Including the details about Aventia?
Should we not give them details about Aventia?
Well, you could, but he's going to ask all sorts of questions about naked 8-year-olds.
Yeah, sure. We'll give them all the details about Aventia.
All right. Nick is now even more favorable to you because that part about Aventia was funny as hell to him. He now makes he now makes it a point to visit Jared's Emporium.
So are we at the we're at Dock City?
We're at Dock City, and the council, everything's there except for if you remember where everything was.
Yeah, I had to, where do I had to?
Does anyone remember the mayor of Dock City?
You don't know anywhere was the mayor of the Dock City. Does Deacon remember? Deacon, do you remember the mayor of Dock City?
No. I'm asking the players, not the characters.
Oh, no, I don't.
Seabeard.
Seabeard?
Seabeard is the mayor.
Hey, is this a place where like a lot of people are gay?
Huh? Where the hell did that come from?
I thought there was like a place where like a lot of people were gay.
What?
Like, was there like a lesbian kobold we were talking to?
Okay. Tick is the captain, and his first mate is Talk, right? Tick is a human male, and Talk is a female kobold. Right?
Well, I'm not talking about them specifically.
Most of the captains, and most of the first mates are actual mates, as in they have relationships with each other.
Gotcha.
That's what I think you're thinking of, but not all of them.
I didn't say all of them. I said a lot of them.
Now there is a female captain and a female first mate that live together.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them was really mad, and throwing shit. That was most likely Korlik and Corina.
All right. Okay, so let's go see the mayor.
Okay. You don't know where the mayor lives.
The dock people are still here, right?
Huh?
We just got off the boat, so the dock people are still there?
Yeah.
I asked one of them, hey, where can I find the mayor? I believe his name is Seabeard.
They tell you you'll probably have to schedule with the you'll have to make an appointment with the mayor's office, which is the council building, and they point you slightly off to the right.
All right.
It's a big old building. You've been there before. You can't miss it.
Yeah, I head to the mayor's office.
Okay.
Was it? Yeah. And so, I assume somebody's there to greet me?
When you knock on the door, Burita answers it. She goes, "Welcome to the city council. How may we help you?"
I need to speak to the mayor. This is on the behest of Puff. Tell him
right.
Tell him that I've talked to many of the important and powerful people of the land and gotten them to agree to negotiate.
Sir, please. This is above my pay grade, as it were. So basically, you wish to set up a meeting with the city council?
Yes.
I will schedule one. Tomorrow at noon would be best.
That'll work.
Have a good day, sir. And the human female closes the door. And you hear some clink clink behind it.
Oh, shit.
Ming says, "Be right back. I need to pee again. Jesus fucking Christ. I don't know why you'd need P Jesus fucking Christ twice, but okay. To the park! Okay, Arctic Wolf says, I go to the park with my dick. Sorry, I go to the park, smiley face, huge erection, which is weird because that erection has no testicles. I mean, I guess it can get a testosterone injection, but
I doubt you want to do that.
well, I mean, if you have no balls, you kind of don't have much of a choice. All right, so these 4 nuns died, and they're in front of St. Peter. And St. Peter says, before you enter through the gates of heaven, I must ask each of you a question. The first nun walks up, and St. Peter asks, have you ever touched a penis? And she goes, yes, with the tip of my finger. St. Peter says, dip the tip of your finger through the the tip of your finger in the holy water and pass on through the gates of heaven. So she does. The second nun walks up, and St. Peter asks, have you ever touched a penis? And she goes, yes, with my hand. He says, dip your hand in the holy water and pass on through the gates of heaven. As the third nun was walking up, the fourth nun pushes her out of the way and says, look, pal, if you think I'm going to put that in my mouth after she's had her ass in it, you've got another thing coming. Nothing? Really?
I laughed, but I was muted.
Okay. And Arctic Wolf looks like he stepped out, so I guess they're going to miss out on that one. 2 nuns are riding a bicycle through downtown. They hit a bump. The nun in the back goes, hee 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 hee. The nun in the front said, stop that. About 10 minutes later, they hit another bump. The nun in the back goes, hee 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 hee. The nun in the front said, I told you to stop that already. About 5 minutes going through downtown, they hit another bump, and the nun in the back goes, hee 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 hee. And the nun in the front said, look, one more time, and I'm going to put the seat back on.
Back.
Drunk. We're waiting on Arctic Wolf now. All right, if you guys had $2 and 2 minutes to live, what would you do? Mink's answer, masturbate. Nathan's answer, masturbate. Interesting. Well, I don't know about you two, but I'd buy some lifesavers.
Oh.
Funny thing is, number one answer I've gotten for that question is sex related. Most interesting answer I've ever gotten was keep the $2 so I don't die poor. If all you have is $2, you're still dying poor. But that was his honest answer. All right, now here's a riddle. Dun dun dun. A plane crashes, and every single person on the plane dies. But this man and this woman walk away from the plane crash unscathed. How is this possible?
Their words on the plane?
Huh?
Their words on the plane?
Oh, they were. They were in the plane.
Say it again?
There's a plane crash, and every single person on the plane died. But this man and this woman walked away from the plane crash unscathed.
So they or were they in the plane?
Well, they were on the. They were. Yeah, they were on the plane.
They were on the plane.
They were on the plane.
And everybody on the plane died in the plane crash. But this couple walked away.
There's a plane crash, and every single person on the plane died. But this man and this woman walked away from the plane crash unscathed.
Huh.
No, they were on the plane. Yeah. They were on the plane as everyone else was. Yes, technically you are right, Arctic Wolf. They were in the plane when it crashed.
You specifically said they're on the plane.
In the plane, on the plane. Well, people usually say on the plane.
Yeah, but no, I wonder if that was like the trick question, is that there were people on top of the plane, so they were literally on the plane. They were inside the plane. And everybody inside the plane lived.
All right, let's say it again. And I'll say it more succinctly and accurately this time. Yeah. There's a plane crash, and every single person who was in the plane died. But this man and this woman walked away from the plane crash unscathed. No parachutes.
I don't know. I don't get it.
I'd say they had died before and then crashed. And no, they were not brought back to life. They were unscathed. Unscathed. Not just alive, unscathed.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Minx, any more guesses?
Nope.
She's tapped out too. Arctic Wolf seems to have one more response at least. Type faster. Oh, they use her breasts as impact absorption. No. No, but I like where you went with that. No, they were married.
They were married, so they're already dead?
No. I said every single person died. I didn't say anything about couples.
Oh, all right. Every single person. I got you. Crafty. Very crafty.
Yeah. Single men, too. Minx is sad. There's a lot of people she's not having sex with anymore.
Could be a lot of feminists going too.
Well, they were single. There's a good chance they were feminist.
Or soy boys.
All right. So getting back to the game, Arctic Wolf said his character is going to the park. They
Actually-
like abortions. I don't think anyone likes abortions. I think it's just one of those things like sucks, but you gotta do what you gotta do. Yeah, aborted from the sky. Crash! You know who also got aborted a lot? NASA astronauts. If it wasn't for abortions, they just have a shit ton of failed missions. Which actually makes me sad now because we just passed the anniversary of Apollo 1. Which makes me a very sad panda.
Just a quick question for everybody.
Uh-huh.
Anybody got healing kits or something?
You have 2 clerics with Cure Light Wound spells.
Alright.
I think it needed music. From heavy metal. Okay, so Wolf is headed to the park. Where's everyone else going or doing, or what's your McCalls?
Is there anything to do?
Not really. I mean, you can search around and try things,
I don't know.
but you guys know about splitting up the party.
Well, I've been looking at my spells list. Maybe I can like turn tricks, get some money.
Yeah, that's not likely to happen here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, there's not like you. Do you have any ranks in performance?
No.
Yeah. See, that's why.
What
Hey,
about
is there like a local church around here? Because like I can like, I don't know, maybe they'll pay me to offer my service, my healing services.
That's a good question. Okay. High or low?
Hi.
All right. In the okay, in the 90 percentile, you find a church
Cool.
of your
I go.
deity.
Oh, church of what?
Of your deity.
What? Can you say again?
No, that did not work well for you.
Wait, what's the church? Church of what?
You can't find any church.
Oh.
You walk
I already
around
found
for
a church.
several hours. You see no churches that you can discern discernible at all.
Oh my god. Can't believe it's a big city. There's no jobs available.
Oh, there's jobs, but there's working in the mines. They pay weekly.
They won't hire me.
They will, but they'll expect you to work for a week. You don't really have that time.
Well, yeah, but aren't the people working in mines are like dwarves and kobolds and like I'm a big old half orc?
Oh yeah, they have. Oh yeah. You would not do well in the mines.
Yeah. I'm just getting their way.
Do we hear any rumors as we like walking around?
No, you just hear people chattering off to themselves and whatnot, and their own little private conversations. You know, typical yelling of a city type.
There were rumors of rumors. Those are
Someone, you know,
bullshit.
dumping their waste outside their window.
Municipal waste.
You see a nymph and a wolf. But no more than you did. But no more anything interesting than you did last time you were here. She's seen your half orc before.
What?
I'm talking to Arctic Wolf. You had a lot of dead air over here, man. All right. Yeah, she would not be surprised by your half orc friend. She's already seen your half orc friend. I know, but Nat would do as the person is naked last I checked. Oh yeah. The nymph is usually enclosed. Um, you're gonna look up the handle animal in the player's handbook for different tricks and shit. Is that it? You guys just gonna wait until the next day?
I can't think of anything else to do.
Okay.
Are there notice boards around?
Say again.
Are there notice boards around?
It's one more time.
Are there notice boards around?
Are there no what?
Notice boards.
Oh. You've already seen the notice board, and it doesn't tell you anything new or helpful.
Alright, I'll just chill in the park with Arctic.
Okay. All right. So we'll say it's the next day. You guys go up to the city council, and they're all waiting for you. They're all sitting there, official. You remember the master of record, which is Rickham, and Krunar, and Tick. You've been on 2 sea voyages with. There's Sam. There's Corlick. There's Boris, and the Mayor Seabeard, who's a dwarf. And Seabeard goes, all right, what news have you?
Who wants to go first? Okay,
The
fine. I'll
master
go
of
first.
record, Rickham, goes, if I'm not mistaken, the leader of your group is
Oh yeah, I guess that
Adriana.
would be me.
Oh, you, sir.
I've
You're the
talked-
leader of the group.
I've talked to many leaders of the various lands, and they've all agreed to negotiate for a non-aggression pact and a equal protection pact. We just need to agree to a place to meet, and I heavily suggest meeting at Puff's lair.
Seabeard goes, what? I'm not to understand that you got all of them to agree
Yes.
to sit down and talk and
Yes.
to not fight each other.
Yes.
Holy hell. Wow. Okay, that is definitely noteworthy. and you're saying you want the summit to be held up by Puff's place.
Yes.
Is there anything else?
Not really.
You do an intel roll for me.
Shit. Roll 15.
Oh, that's great news for you then. You remember that there were some stipulations to this? That Duck City had to help out with food and farming supplies for the hobgoblins, and some trainers
Yeah.
to show them how to grow things and everything else.
Wait, is this a DM talking to me, the player, or is this another character
This
talking
is
to
what
me?
the player is remembering that he might want to tell.
Oh yeah. I figured the hobgoblins would bring that up, but whatever. Yeah, the hobgoblins are going to need some resources. They're going to need
Yeah, this is their stipulation before they can agree.
Yeah, some stipulations before they can agree, because they're in a vulnerable situation, and so they can't really much help anyone else out, or even help out themselves. So they're going to need some resources first, and then they'll be able to defend others and defend themselves. Also, there are some elves. I forgot exactly the exact location, but there are some elves, very old elves, who agreed to help the hobgoblins as well.
Okay. Well, if that's their stipulation to the peace talks, sure. I guess we could reallocate some resources to help them out. I guess it's not as much trouble as Puff, given the circumstances.
Yeah.
I believe they said they'd offer some food. I don't believe the elves offer to train to farm. I'll have to re-listen to that podcast.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly. I think they did offer to like train them or something because they're farmers. These elves
Yeah,
teach them how to farm.
yeah, but they're also pretty snooty.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Bunch of jerks is what they are.
Yeah, you'll understand if you ever figure out who they really are.
Probably won't.
Elves, what can you do? Isn't that elves? What can we do? You are an elf. We flip our hair back and forth. Names. So at this point, they said, "All right, so here goes. Pup's lair is pretty far for most everyone except for Cherry Row and well us. But for everyone else, it'd be a hard journey. And it doesn't really say a whole lot about going equal distance with them. Isn't there somewhere in the middle we can all meet?" And Master of Record says, "No, everyone is equally far from everyone else. The Dark City would have to go really far in order to go to the goblins. The goblins would have to go really far to meet us here. Cherry Row will have to go far almost no matter where it is. And so will the kingdom, where is that record? Ah, yes, I believe Queen Josephine. Or Penelope, what's it? He's looking through a pile of records and half scribbles. He's always got a stack of papers in front of him. Like I do now. Yes, Josephine. Princess Josephine. Oh, Queen Josephine. Wolf says, "It must be there as Pup starts his quest to save everyone in these lands, and so must be concluded with him." Dinkin chimes in and says, "There is great value in having the summit up by Pup. But if he hears us fighting and arguing, he may decide that the task will never be complete and kill us all for hearing us bicker, and which we're most certainly going to do until we hack out an agreement. We may not want him to hear us hacking out an agreement."
But wouldn't having the summit in front of Puff encourage people not to fight and bicker?
Yeah, you'd think so. But some people, they're short-sighted.
Mm-hmm.
Like goblins. Goblins are pretty short-sighted, and Grumblekin has made it quite clear that he is not afraid of Puff. Whether he should be or not is another question, but he's made it quite clear he isn't afraid. Well, that's what they thought when he was attacking hobgoblins, and look how that turned out for him, Minx. Minx typed out top-notch Darwin Award right there. You have to remember, Grumblekin is a military genius. Even the hobgoblins, who he almost slaughtered, respect him. They hate him, but they respect the hell out of him. So if Grumblekin isn't afraid, he may in fact have a valid reason as to why he's not afraid. You're assuming he has ignorance. He may, in fact, have greater knowledge than you do.
We may never know.
Until we become crispy critters.
He may have already calculated the possible attack of Puff and armed himself with Dragon Bane weaponry. You have no idea. I mean, he took out a massively superior force while they were defending. That's nothing to sneeze at. Grumblekin generally.
Point. There is the outcome, and nothing is someone having the power in there.
Minx, again.
For a meeting place for this negotiation, we should try to aim for somewhere neutral. We are going to bicker and argue. The least we need is somebody having the upper hand of authority in the negotiations.
Not only do we need a spot, not only do we need a spot to have the summit, but we need to have rules for this summit.
Yep.
So, Tick further says, every group should have no more than a total of 3 leaders from every place. For example, Cherry Lane, 3 leaders. Duck City, 3 leaders. The hobgoblins and the goblins, 3 leaders each. Queen Josephine, her and two other leaders, and so forth. Is this agreed upon? And the other council members shake their head or raise their hand and signature an agreement, and it's pretty much unanimous.
Yeah.
So we still need a place. Well, we're going to send out. We're going to send out farming equipment and teachers and, well, basically farmers and a bunch of stuff to the hobgoblins anyway, right? Why don't we just have the summit there? That way we travel to one place, and that'll be that.
Okay.
Yep.
So the other council members think about that, and then they're almost split evenly. There's one more vote that ties it over. This is all right. So the summit will be taken right at the above the hobgoblins, where the hobgoblin encampment is. We will send out word to everyone, an official thing for the meeting. And I say we prepare to send out our leaders and our everything and have everything waiting for them. Wolf says, is there open place in the middle that everyone can fit? Down by the hobgoblins, as you've already seen if you've been there, is mostly plains. We will bring things to create tents. We will bring other amenities for the summit meeting, like food and drink, and we will tell them as such. No. Okay, Wolf asks, should we head to Puff? And Dick says, no, you should head to the summit.
What's
You will
summit
be
gonna
needed
be?
there as well. Huh?
Wait, they need us?
Say again?
They're gonna need us at the summit?
Yes. You are a huge part of creating this in the first place. You should be there.
Alright.
If for no other reason than to witness for Puff.
Alright, I guess we'll be there then.
Yep.
Okay, so they draft up official notices, and you see them send out lots of birds to all over the area, and you get to see the final draft that the council has to vote on, and it takes like 3 hours because they're arguing over how they should word the damn thing. Don't use this word; it'll sound like this. No, no, you should use this word. And blah blah blah. Finally, the whole thing gets drafted. It gets officialized. Like they all sign it, and the birds just fly off in all the directions. And the next day, you can see a whole bunch of carts full of manure and farm equipment, and you see like construction type stuff. A couple engineers are on this, a bunch of horses, and there's food that's being brought with, and like it's like the whole train. It's a whole fucking train at this point. Not like a modern day train, but like an old fashioned type train. Old fashioned. So you guys take a good time, like several days getting down there, and you guys help set up the tent. Now it's an open tent, so everyone can see each other, but there's a big table in the middle that's round, and like big seats, right? Like they're big sections, and there's seatings all organized. Okay, Minx and Wolf, they don't know what chocolate is.
Damn it.
No, they do not know what chocolate is. Because, one, this is a medieval world, and 2, wrong climate for chocolate. So about a day later, different groups start showing up, and obviously you have the hobgoblins and the goblins on, well, basically as far away from each other as they can. Grumblekin shows up with an army, a small army, and he and the 3 leaders walk up to the tent without the army. So the army is holding way back. I mean, they're still visible, right? You can see them, and you can see they're an army. And the hobgoblins, they show up. They've actually been there a little while. Yeah. There's a lot of characters that don't want to be there, Wolf. Then the Dock City Council members show up. And finally, Cherry Lane. So you see the high priest of the Dragon Temple. You see Vernesh, and you see Ramesh there. Yeah, Vinarish and Ramesh and Lars. By the way, Lars is human. Lars and his fabulous jars. I think it's been so long. We last played, we lost a lot of momentum. Yeah, we probably have. Also, it's late and we're tired. So yeah, so everyone sits down, and they even have a seat for you guys. And bickering and squabbling goes on for quite a while, saying how much someone should like give food for here, and how much they'd be compensated, and if they're going to give something, they should get something. And then it says, no, it should be charity, right? If you're really rich, you should give, like, donate to the poor people in the area so everyone thrives. And like, there's all this debate of what should and shouldn't, and all these silly rules and whatnot to hammer out this agreement. And Dinkin is not sitting with you guys. You guys, like, there's 3 seats for everyone. Dinkin basically runs errands for Lars while Lars is there. He's basically playing servant boy.
Is there anybody being a scribe for this meeting?
Say again?
Is there a scribe for the meeting?
Yeah, they have several people who are sitting behind him, thinking. He's taking down a lot of things. He's taking a lot of notes for Mars, right, and Ramesh and Naresh, and he goes around the table and fills everybody's cup for wine. And Dock City, you see Orita there. She was the one taking down, telling you that she was going to schedule your appointment with the city council. And you see Seabeard, Corlick, and the master of record for Dock City. For the hobgoblins, you see Crushing Hammer, you see Skull Crusher, and you see Bob. For the goblins, you see Grumblekin, you see Orc Slayer, and you see the High Priest Birch. By the way, Bob and Birch just give each other this weird stare at each other the whole damn time. As far as you can tell, and you've looked away a few times, so you're not entirely sure, but you don't think their lives have unlocked since they locked. Bob and the High Priest Birch. And none of you can roll high enough to sense motive as to why. Like they are expressionless faces.
Oh, that's sense mode. Never mind.
Yeah, you'd have to roll a 40 for this. Yeah. No matter what you added, it was going to be a fail. You literally cannot roll high enough. Even if you rolled a 20, it would still be a fail.
What about while I'm sitting down, can I scan the outskirts just to see if there's any dangers that might?
Yeah, you can tell that there's no dangers. Anything that looks like even a remote threat, and the goblins take care of it.
All right.
Yeah, the goblins are sitting there, and basically, if there's even so much as a wildebeest, right? That kind of starts galloping by, the goblins just kill it. I mean, it's pretty much harmless to the summit, but they kill it anyway, and then they eat it. I mean, they have rations, but hey, it's like free whatever, right?
Yeah. Organic.
So they're like, yay, dinner.
It's organic.
Yeah. Yeah, I love this gluten-free phase that we've gone into. Even look on butter. Butter says gluten-free. I'm not even kidding. Butter says gluten-free. Well, no shit, motherfucker. Like my 100% ground beef says gluten-free. Hey, baby, my dick is gluten-free. And so's the stuff that comes out of it. And it's all edible. I call it the never-ending gobstopper.
What's it
How
gonna be
hipsters
hot?
pick up shit.
What's be footing?
All right. So moving right along. So they are going back and forth, and every once in a while, you guys chime in and try to negotiate between two rivals. Usually, the goblins and the hobgoblins are the ones that go at each other the most, right? Because the hobgoblins are still mad that the goblins took their land, right? They took the property. They took just about everything from them, including a lot of their lives. And Grumblekin assures them that they won't attack after this. He's gotten what he's wanted. He's beaten them. He'll even send aid to them, although he'd rather see them dead. He will stay true to his agreement of the non-aggression and to help defend them should they need defending. And finally, after 3 days of arguing and hammering out details and everything else, the non-aggression pact and the equal protection pact get signed by all involved parties,
Yay!
including Queen Josephine, who brought 2 guards who basically just sat there the whole time, not saying a damn word. But at least no word you could hear. Every once in a while there was a whisper and then one went off and or something like that, but she's queen. They know their place. It becomes quite obvious to Adriana, since she was highborn and she knows how it all works. So yes, you ask 3 different times, like once a day, and Bob does not answer you. He just stares at High Priest Birch. You can even go ask High Priest Birch, and he does nothing but stare at Bob. Okay. So Adriana, apparently during the summit, braids Wolf's hair. Wolf now has an amazing damn braid. Actually, you need a skill check for that. Roll me a d20. What's your dexterity?
Dexterity is a +4.
Okay. Yeah, you make one damn amazing braid.
Yay!
However, if you wanted extra character points, you should have braided Wolf, JW's hair.
Maybe next summit I should do that.
Okay, so it all gets hammered out. It all gets agreed upon. And they said, well, you guys did it. Time to inform Puff.
All right, who wants to do that?
All of us. All of us did this.
Bob says, I will send you. For the first time, he has taken away his look from High Priest Birch. Bob goes over and he takes his big wooden staff and he says some words you're unfamiliar with, and he waves his big staff in the air in a circular motion, and a portal opens up. He says, walk through now.
And we do.
Okay. The 5 of you walk through, and you are right at Puff's entrance.
Nice.
Before you walk through, though, you were handed a copy of the agreement, signed by everyone. Grumblekin's name went first. If Grumblekin's going to put up the most, he's going to go first. Nobody argues.
Cool.
Fair enough.
And he did. He actually he offered to send many, like everything to like everyone in case anything was needed, because he officially has the biggest city. Dock City is nothing compared to what he started to create at the Goblin encampment, at the Goblin Kingdom now, since he is officially a king, and nobody else has anything similar.
Guess we go see Puff.
Okay, you guys walk into the cave. Oh, yeah. You guys totally signed your names as well. Actually, it would have been Nathan would have signed the group's name. And then under that, you guys would have written your names. At this point, it's a multi-page document because of all the names involved and everything laid out. Yeah, I forgot what you guys named yourselves. Yeah, the fire-breathing rubber duck. No, it's not fire-breathing rubber duckies because you don't have rubber. Nobody knows what rubber is. Oh, yeah. Fire-breathing duckies of Sonya. Yeah, we're going to get sued by a TV manufacturer of Japan. Okay, so you guys go in, and Puff is in there, eyes closed, breathing in, breathing out. It's on you. I can't metagame everything you guys say and do.
Is Deacon still with us?
Yes, he is.
Just gotta make sure we don't forget the poor bugger.
I said all 5 of you went through. Yeah, Dinkin doesn't let you do that. Dinkin might not let you wake him up, let alone tap his nose. One, for your safety, for getting eaten by accident, because dragons tend to snip at things that irritate them while they sleep subconsciously. Two, because he doesn't want you pissing off Puff more than he already is. And three, because Puff's asleep and he doesn't even know if you want him waking him up. I mean, it's kind of like waking the king, right? To who you feel allegiance to.
Maybe we should come back.
How hard can he bite? Really? Really? Dude, you're smaller than his tooth.
Druids. They like it kinky.
Bow wow. Okay, so after a while, Dinkin, he has you guys back up behind him, and he lays out like a ceremonial thing in front of him. It's got like Bahamut all over it, and he goes, "Great Dragon Puff, we beseech thee." Puff's eye opens, and it looked like the one eye looked towards you. And it goes, "So have you failed? Do I now get to eat you?" This is where one of you answers.
Actually, we succeeded, and I present Puff the paperwork.
The dragon picks it up between two claws. He goes, "Well, you humanoids sure like to write things small." He sits up and he looks through it. He's got the one eye. Got to flip it. He's reading through it. Wow, this is pretty ironclad. You have succeeded where so many have failed before. So far adequate, but I am not easily amused. Humanoids who tend to write these things as easily as they tear them up. Actually, they seem to find it far easier to tear them up than to keep their agreements that they so take their time in writing. It is adequate. But you have so far managed to do what nobody else has been able to do, and I do see a hint of courage amongst them to finally quit their stupid squabbling, which led to Paper's death. He was a good friend, and he did not need to die in vain. Still, nonetheless, you seem to have done good work. You may pick from my hoard.
What's in his hoard?
A big thing of fucking treasure.
Okay. How much gold can we carry away?
He tells you to leave the gold and pick an item.
Oh, okay.
Something you will-
What items does he have?
Dude, it's a fucking treasure hoard. Look through the damn thing. What kind of thing are you looking for?
Hold on, let me look at my character sheet. A tower shield?
Really? Tower shield?
Yeah, did you have a tower shield?
You see a bunch of tower shields. Give me a perception check.
Perception check. Do I have perception check? I concentrate. Hold on, give me a second with the perception check.
Okay, you're supposed to cross off search and spot and I think one other, and you were supposed to write in perception, and it's a wisdom based.
That's my wisdom.
Puff, I have a question for you. When the undead come, will you help?
Yes.
You do not find a tower shield to your liking.
I don't. Well, can I take any tower shield?
Puff goes, well, I guess he goes, no. He goes, no, the undead are for you to take care of. I took care of the last undead horde. Youngling, it is your turn. Give me a perception check, Minx. And give me a perception check, Arctic.
Ooh.
Minx, you do not find any scrolls or books that would interest you.
Damn.
What are you looking for, Arctic? Yeah, you really don't find anything. I mean, you're just going like, what am I doing? All right, so I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna roll against you guys.
Yeah, roll against us.
Nathan.
Yeah.
What's your favorite weapon?
Longsword.
You find a +3 longsword.
Wow. Thank you.
Minx. Not a damn thing. Wow, I rolled bad for you. Okay, you two. Give me another perception check. Wolf. Really? You have a +5 to your perception? Damn. Okay, Wolf, you find a I think it's studded leather armor. It has the wilding effect. Also, it gives you a +1 improvement to your speed on wild shaping. I really can't check at the moment, but I should have level 3 in it plus the intel bonus. First of all, it's if you put 3 ranks in it. First of all, it's a wisdom bonus, not an intel bonus. So that would actually be a 21 for you then. Okay, Minx, give me. Actually, I'm gonna roll against you here. Nope. Go ahead, Minx. Give me another roll. There you go. All right, Minx. You find a +3 bow.
Thank you. Add that to the character sheet. Okay.
When you pick up the bow and it starts to gleam in your hand, Puff says, "Look over there. You may have what's in that quiver." Did you hear that, Minx?
Yeah, I did. So I
Uh-huh.
go over and I have a look at the quiver stuff.
Okay. You have 20 fire arrows.
Sweet.
Yeah, they do 1d6 damage when they hit their target. So they do whatever the normal damage is plus 1d6 fire.
Yeah.
And Puff says, "All right, leave my cave."
I leave.
I leave as well.
I got to do a roll for Lincoln. What is his perception? Okay. Oh. Oh, there we go. There we go. Deacon finds a +3 mace. And runs out with you guys. Okay, so you guys leave the cave and you start exiting. You start walking down, and Puff squeezes out of his cave. He expands his giant wings and he stretches them. And he goes, "Ah, it's been a while since I've done that." Ah. Get on my back. Arctic Wolf, if he farted, you'd be dead. You need to roll a
Wait,
natural 20 to survive.
Who's he asking to get on his back? Us?
Yeah.
Okay, I
There
get on
ain't
his
nobody
back.
else there.
Fuck yeah, jump on his back.
Oh, you guys can go up like the tail, no problem, and walk. You don't need to actually grab JW. So you all get on his back, and you see Dink, and his eyes are practically popped out of his head. He's like he's gone like he's turned a completely different color. He used to be green, now not so much. He's just like, holy shit. And then Puff just takes off and flies and flies and flies. Right? And you can see the tent after a short while that the summit was held over. You can see the goblins off to the side. And Puff is flapping his wings so hard that the tent rips out of the ground and just goes flying, just out of your view. I mean, that's how much air pressure was there. And like the chairs, the tables, everything just blows over and all over the place. And Puff is just standing there, this ginormous fucking dragon, and this just power stance. And he commands everyone to come near and bend their knee. Even Grumblekin goes over to him, and when he's within good earshot, bends his knee to listen. You guys pile off. He gives you that kind of look, and Dinkin's like, we're going. And he's practically dragging you guys off with him. And he says, the undead army marches. It will be here in 3 days' time. Gather your armies. And he takes off. Sorry, he said, gather your armies here.
Three days. Whew.
It's okay, Arctic. If he had, Wolf might have a mouthful of +3 mace. Arctic, do you know what wilding does? I was thinking of passing on the items for one favor of the dragon. Dude, that was your favor. No, because I know what you mean, but I'm telling you, that's the only favor he was willing to grant you. With the undead, dude, he told you it's your turn. He fought the undead. He's done his duty. And are you really going to ask him for help when he told you that he thinks humanoids are cowards? Now you're afraid to face a similar undead army that he did? Well, that's the thing about bravery, dude. That's the thing about courage. You're not guaranteed a victory. You're not guaranteed to win. So if you can't fight, knowing full well that you might die, that death is a real possibility, then you don't have courage. You weren't going to tell the people what?
Hey, let's inform Avantia? Wait, where's the mercenaries guild that sent us?
In
Because
Avantia?
we need to inform them what happened so we can get paid.
He was talking to you too.
What?
You guys aren't done yet. And
What else
dude,
do we need to do?
you just got a +3 longsword.
Okay, I didn't get any money.
You done been paid.
They don't know that.
Dude, if you knew how much that was worth, oh boy.
I have an idea.
Let me give it your best shot. How much? Take a guess at how much that's worth.
+3 sword. Let's see.
No, looking it up.
I'm trying to remember. I know it's more than 8,000 gold. It's like, I think it's less than 16,000.
Actually, if memory serves correctly, it should be about a 45,000 gold pieces.
45?
Yeah.
For a +3?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought +1 was like 2,000. A +2 would be 8,000. And +3
Yours
is
is
like,
actually yours is a bit more Arctic look because yours has wilding and that's a +3 all on its own, if I'm not mistaken. But yours also has an improved the speed at which you wild shape. So wild shape is normally a standard action. You now can use wild shape as a move action. If you have fast wild shape, you can then use it as a swift action. Arctic Wolf, the wilding allow. Do you know what the wilding is? The wilding is specifically for druids because when you wild shape, it assumes your form. It form fits you, so you can use it in combat as you wild shape. Normally, what you wear melds into the form you're becoming. This does not weld in, it fits you. So now you have your natural armor, your armor, and your dex and stuff. That goes with it. Yeah, you think? Remember, it still has its max dex modifier. So I think your armor is like a +3, and I think your max dex is like a 5 or 6 or something. I'd have to look up the stats, but that's you know, whatever you got. Yeah, and I think it goes 2,000 for a magic item. That's +1. 8,000 for +2. Oh, actually, you might be right about 16,000. Still, that's pretty good for level 2. Yes, you did. The DC. What do you mean the DC? Oh, AC. Like I said, it should be studded leather. It should be the same kind that came in your starter pack, but it's got the wilding and increases your wild shape. Yeah, I know, Arctic. We'll talk about it later. It's not really important. The game's about to wrap up soon. So, once Puff leaves, all the leaders get back together, and they says, "All right, we need to send out a bunch of messages to our homes to send out an army. We've already hammered out an agreement of what should be sent, how much by whom." They get together, and it doesn't take them long to decide who's going to lead what and who's going to be under what group. And they assign you guys under Bob. No, Arctic. Not this time. Besides, what kind of golden water bowl is the dragon going to have for a wall? What is he, Marmaduke? Any big bowl your wolf would drink at shouldn't be drinking at. The water isn't clean. So 3 days later, all the armies show up, and Puff returns, and he says, "You have about a half day's march before you start meeting the undead armies." Puff whips his tail around, and he's just slamming it, and he's whipping it, and everything else. And then he stands back. He like takes this long stride back, and he uses his wing to kind of usher people around, and he shows everyone, this is where you are. This is where the undead armies are coming up from. This is where you're going to start meeting them. He says, now, however, no, the agreement says this and this and that. This is what you have agreed to. I will be watching to see how closely you keep to your agreement. And Puff flies off again. He's there just to give you the information you need. Doesn't really sit around for questions, and he flies off. Several people are drawing as quickly as they can the map he's drawn with his tail. Yeah, that's what I was about to say, Arctic Wolf, that this is our ending point. Arctic Wolf, you don't even know where the Necro guy is. You don't know who he is. You know nothing about him. All you know is that there's undead that are marching. That's true. There may not even be one. There could be several.
So
You would think, Arctic Wolf, you would think, but maybe this necromancer is clever than you think, and maybe he's in the middle of the army, disguised as another undead. If we kill them, then the undead should? What? Oh. If you kill the necromancer, if there is only one necromancer, then his undead army, I don't know, I'll have to look up the rules. I don't know if they necessarily fall or not. It depends on the necromancy. See, there's necromancy by clerics and there's necromancies by wizards. And I don't think they operate quite the same. Do you have any? Don't make assumptions. Okay, that's where we're going to leave off.
How much experience do we get?
None at the moment.
Okay. What about the experience we got from fighting those wolves? The rabies?
Don't worry about
it.
At the moment, your concerns. At the moment, your concerns aren't the experience you get, but how you're playing your characters, making sure you have all your stats down, making sure you're learning how to do combat. You're basically learning how to play D&D 3.5.
All right.
Later on, we'll get more into the stat building. But every time you guys defeat a monster, it does not go unnoticed. Every time you succeed, it does not go unnoticed.
All right. Well, I'm heading to bed. Bye.
All right. Have a good one, everyone.
I'll head off too because I need to go to the toilet. So.
Yep, and I have to do laundry and shit. So.
Bye.
Everyone, have a good night. I hope those who watch this were too bored with the huge gaps and everything else. So, see everyone later. Bye-bye.